Hey guys, welcome back to That One Thing. Today, we're here to learn how to run a brewery, so we're at Leduc Brewing Company and kind of see what it makes it tick. Eric, thanks for having us in today. I've got a number of questions for you in regards to how a brewery runs and what's all involved in it. So I guess right out the gate, what made you want to open a brewery?
So that kind of stemmed from the last couple of years that we had. We knew we wanted to create something with this space that was not community outreach, but some sort of community engagement. I mean, I think about back in the day when my grandpa was here, they had community halls all over. And they were very full, and they were festive, everybody knew each other. There's always something going on Saturdays or Thursdays or whenever the case may be. Where did that go? And we wanted to find some sort of way to bring that back to the area and to Leduc. Whether it be from being able to host live music or crib tournaments or anything. I mean, we want to find that thing that brings everybody together. We found that beer is not that catalyst, but it does ease a lot of social interactions and uncomfortableness. Just holding a beer or holding any drink makes it easier for people to be around people or in certain social situations or whatever the case may be. That's, I guess, where the idea stemmed from, because we wanted to create a place where the community can come together freely, easily, and comfortably, basically. And what does that? Beer.
Beer. So, that being the case, what changed for the idea that you wanted to run from just a brewery to pretty much a full-blown community center?
Well, this place went through a lot of revisions. It started as a community center, but then we started thinking, well, what really brings people together? It's food, it's beer, it's markets and events, it's so many different things. And what do we want to focus on, right? And I've always been a lover of beer, and I mean, that one just really seemed to stick. I mean, knowing that we have access to the best farms and grains in the world, I mean, it was a no-brainer. As we started to design, we knew that the brewery was the heart of the business and the idea behind it, because it ultimately is what brings people together. Then we built the tap room, the market space, the event center kind of around that, and filling it with whatever we could. I mean, under the guise of a brewery, we can do as much ridiculous stuff as we want, let alone just the ridiculous flavors that we can think of. And when we do, we're applauded and encouraged for what's the next thing you're going to do. We keep having to up the ante, and then by doing that, it's spreading our reach to more of a community, more of a populace, to bring different people out. Again, encouraging our encouraging the goal of bringing people out into the community again. That's what we wanted to make sure, and it's a constant reminder every day that, you know, the brewery is at the center of the building, it's in the heart of the building, it's in the heart of the business, and it's in the heart of everything that we do.
From everything that I understand from the research that I've done, it's almost like you need a hook or a in type idea. What is it that makes your beer unique? What is it that brings people to you?
Great question. So what really sets us apart, I would have to say, honestly, it's our team. Our brewmaster, Dave, has an incredible amount of experience. He was among the first to go through the Olds College and has gained just a ton of experience since then. And I think that beers or brewmasters are much like chefs. There's a lot of different styles, and everybody's going to have their own little take, but everybody's taste is also going to be different. So everybody does their thing according to maybe the community that they're in or the people that they're surrounded by and are influenced by that. I mean, Canada's a big market, Alberta's a big market, Leduc's a big market. But at the same time, it's listening to the people and what they want. So, I mean, our Leduc County Lager has been by far, because, I mean, we use only locally sourced ingredients. All of the ingredients go back to local farmers. They're creating local jobs.
Fair enough. So all of the beer that you make, whether it's here, whether it's out in liquor stores or restaurants, like all of the stuff you make, what are the quality controls that go into it? Like, what is it that makes or breaks that beer? So to say, yeah, this is good, or no, it's done.
That can be defined by two different standards. Quality control and flavor profiles are going to be two different things. Our production team, our brew team, has such an incredible background and knowledge that they know the flavor profile going in. There hasn't been many that they've been uncertain of. The Caribbean Jerk Spice is one example where very uncertain of. So they brewed the first batch. We ended up making 200 liters because we brewed the first batch and added way too much Caribbean jerk. I like strong flavors, so I thought it was amazing. And then they brewed a second batch a little bit weaker and just mixed the two. So with ridiculous random flavors like that, something that nobody's ever done or have ever played with, we have that capability, but for the most part, we've just jumped right into our either 18 hectoliter or 40 hectoliter system, and no issues. I mean, there's always refinements to go along the way, but outside of that, I know that 98% of everything that goes on back there is cleanliness. Whether it be sanitization, whether it be any type of cleaning. I mean, they'll spend a day brewing, they'll spend 6 days cleaning after that. It's incredible how much cleaning is actually done, where you think that everything that happens back there is brewing, everything that happens back there is cleaning. Everything.
That's fair. I do like that line. In regards to kind of the overall aspect of the brewery, what's the one item you couldn't do without?
I've been doing a lot of research with other breweries and listening to podcasts, and it really struck me when I think it was Dogfish Head Brewing or something. I forget the name of it right now, but he said a really good quote where a good company is nothing more than a group of good people surrounding a good idea. This place has turned into everybody's third space. So oftentimes, whether you're working or not, a lot of our team members will come in and enjoy a pint with some of the patrons that we have coming in. So whether you're here working, whether you're here as a patron, whether you're out and about doing whatever, this is everybody's fun place to be. Regardless what's going on in their life, this is where they want to be and look forward to be. And a positive team and people you can surround yourself with, that's the one thing that I think I know we wouldn't be able to do without.
So in order to create the community center and the atmosphere of the brewery, obviously you're appealing to different tastes and different aspects of like what somebody would expect from your brewery. So how many different flavors of beer do you usually run here?
Cool. So our first year we had, I think, 16 flavors. And I mean, I've kind of given our brew team creativity to do whatever they want. I'm really trying not to restrict their creativity because I know that's the fun of the brew team. Like anything you can think of. So I mean, we came up with a Schwarzbier black lager. I mean, there's only 1-2 other breweries in Edmonton or from Alberta, from my understanding, that have done a black lager in a while, and I love it. It's actually one of my top beers when I'm reaching for a dark beer right now. So whether it be our birthday beer, which is a banana flambe red ale, I mean, it's kind of anything that they want to do. They can push the envelope as much as they want. We got to be part of the Weird Beer Tour this January, and our submission was a Caribbean Jerk Spice stout, which went over really well. Like, it was tasty, and he created his own Caribbean Jerk Spice, which I found out has 8 or 9 individual herbs and spices. We got this crate of spices that showed up, and he was back there mixing it. This place smelled amazing the whole time he was concocting. So that was our first year. Now our plan is to pare back, see what was popular, fill those niches, and start to build a core list. That core list maybe includes 5-6 beers that we're going to keep on year round. The rest of them we'll start to bring back as seasonals or rotationals, or kind of create a demand for them, or during those seasonal periods fill in with other flavors. We can do whatever we want when it comes to beers. We can do whatever we want with events. Because we're a brewery, we can be as ridiculous as we want, and everybody's like, cool, what's the next thing? Give me more, give me more.
So out of all of those different beers and those different flavors, what's your favorite?
It changes. And it's amazing to see how my taste buds have changed over just this. We celebrated our 1-year anniversary 2 weeks ago, and to see how my personal taste buds have changed. Before I was a lot of those mainstream beers, or I still like bitter beers, so anything like that. But anything with strong flavors was my jam. I never used to like IPAs. I never used to like hazy pale ales. I didn't even know what those were 3-4 years ago. And now, like, I still love darker beers, but I'm finding myself gravitating towards, well, I'm having a hazy pale ale today.
Fair enough.
And I never would have seen myself, like, I remember a year ago when this one first was released, I was like, meh. But now I'm like, I almost crave this at the end of the day. I'm like, I haven't had a beer yet today. This is what I'm going for. So it really depends on, like, my mood or whatever the case may be, but how your taste buds evolve just depending on, and new stuff is coming out all the time. So,
That's fair.
Yeah.
So it's a constant change then.
And it always is. Even, like I say, this is one of the first beers we did, our Sundog, and I was indifferent with it at the beginning, and now I love it.
100%. It's like the other day when I was here just grabbing B-roll and whatnot, I was talking to the girls, and they ended up setting me up with a Snowbird. And I'm like, sure. And that is got to be one of the oddest hitting beers for me. Because,
Okay.
you know, you get that first hit of, it tastes like a beer. I mean, why does it taste fruity? And all of a sudden you start thinking about it, like, this ain't bad.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's like me with the Sundog at the beginning. It was all citrusy. I'm like, I don't like citrus in my beer. That's stupid. No. And now I'm like, oh, it just mellows it out. Like it's a nice little.
it's that nice little hit
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Eric, thanks again for having us here today. Being able to sit down with you and ask you the questions and whatnot has been absolutely informative. It's phenomenal how much actually happens around here. It was awesome being able to tour the back and obviously see how things run and whatnot. Guys, if you're ever in the Edmonton area, take the drive to Leduc. It's 15 minutes south of the city. Check out Leduc Brewing. It is worth it, trust me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all the usual details. And don't forget to leave in the comments what your one thing is so we can try and use that for a future video for you. Again, thanks for watching. Eric, thank you.
Yeah. Cheers, man.
Straight up question.
Cool.
Best part of running Leduc Brewing?
It's fun.